From the streets of Dublin, Ireland to the global stage, Conor McGregor has carved his path with unparalleled charisma, exceptional fighting skills, and a relentless drive for success. Known for his brash personality and explosive fighting style, McGregor's rise to prominence captivated audiences worldwide. Conor McGregor's journey began in the modest neighborhood of Crumlin, Dublin, where his passion for combat sports ignited at a young age. Despite his humble upbringing, McGregor's love for fighting was deeply ingrained within him. Influenced by his Irish roots and family, he developed a strong affinity for martial arts, particularly in the realm of mixed martial arts or MMA. McGregor wholeheartedly embraced the sport, dedicating himself to honing his skills and fostering an unwavering determination that would propel him to extraordinary heights. McGregor's path to fame was not without obstacles.
Taekwondo, karate, jiu-jitsu, it's just a pure combat.
As he climbed the ranks in the Ultimate Fighting Championship or UFC, many doubted his abilities, dismissing him as a brash talker. However, McGregor's unwavering determination and undeniable charisma quickly silenced his critics. A pivotal moment came in July 2014 when he faced Diego Brandao in Dublin.
So let's go over to the tail of the tape for this main event, which is sponsored by EA Sports UFC. Wow, here it is, Dan. The main event of the evening. Leon Roberts draws the assignment.
McGregor's explosive striking skills allowed him to defeat Brandao in the first round, captivating Irish fans and solidifying his place in the UFC.
That is it! It is all over! Conor McGregor is victorious! The crowd go absolutely wild!
With each triumph, McGregor's popularity skyrocketed. His magnetic personality, quick wit, and memorable one-liners made him a media darling. Press conferences and interviews featuring McGregor became must-see events, as fans eagerly anticipated his bold predictions and captivating verbal exchanges. McGregor's unfiltered confidence and relentless self-promotion set him apart from his peers, making him a captivating figure in combat sports. In 2015, McGregor's rise continued with a decisive win against Dennis Siver.
In a span of just 2 years, this young man has gone from relative unknown to superstardom around the world,
setting the stage for his title aspirations. Displaying precision striking, he defeated Siver in the second round.
Conor McGregor stops Dennis Siver.
The notorious Conor.
This victory paved the way for his highly anticipated fight against featherweight champion Jose Aldo in December 2015.
The most highly anticipated featherweight fight of all time.
Aldo held the title for nearly a decade, remaining undefeated all those years. The clash between the dominant champion and the audacious upstart captivated the MMA community. McGregor, fueled by unwavering self-belief, confidently predicted a first-round knockout and taunted Aldo, earning the nickname Mystic Mac for his apparent ability to foresee fight outcomes. The anticipation reached its peak, and when the moment arrived, McGregor wasted no time. Just 13 seconds into the first round, he landed a devastating left hook, knocking Aldo out and ending his reign. McGregor's victory not only secured him the featherweight title, but also established him as an electrifying and dominant figure in the UFC. His triumph propelled him to unprecedented heights of success. Following his success in the featherweight division, McGregor set his sights on conquering the lightweight category. In a historic feat, he faced off against Eddie Alvarez,
Champion against champion,
at Madison Square Garden in November 2016. The highly anticipated bout marked McGregor's opportunity to become the first fighter in UFC history to hold titles in 2 weight classes simultaneously.
Undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, the notorious
With the world watching, McGregor displayed his exceptional skill set and unparalleled confidence inside the octagon. From the opening bell, he unleashed a relentless onslaught of strikes, showcasing his precision and devastating power. Alvarez struggled to find answers to McGregor's offensive onslaught, unable to withstand the Irishman's relentless pressure. As the fight progressed, McGregor's dominance became increasingly evident. With each well-timed punch and calculated movement, he dismantled Alvarez's defenses. In the second round, McGregor connected with a thunderous left hand that sent Alvarez crashing to the canvas. The referee swiftly stepped in to stop the fight, declaring McGregor the winner by knockout. And history was made, becoming the first ever fighter to hold world titles in 2 different weight classes. Conor McGregor, a legend of the sport. Beyond McGregor's accomplishments in the world of mixed martial arts, his audacity and hunger for new challenges led him to venture beyond the boundaries of the MMA octagon.
He loves to play it up. He's always hammed it up for the cameras and always played up the bill.
One of the most notable highlights of his career was the extraordinary showdown against the undefeated boxing legend, Floyd Mayweather Jr. McGregor's decision to step into the world of boxing was met with skepticism. Many doubted his ability to transition seamlessly from the complex and multifaceted world of MMA to the singular artistry of boxing. Yet McGregor's unwavering self-belief and tireless work ethic pushed him to embrace this immense challenge head-on. In 2017, McGregor and Mayweather engaged in a highly anticipated cross-discipline fight that transcended the realms of both MMA and boxing. The crowd, a diverse mix of boxing purists, MMA enthusiasts, and casual sports fans, held their collective breath, unsure of what they were about to witness. McGregor's unorthodox footwork, explosive power, and relentless forward pressure showcased the hallmarks of his MMA career, while Mayweather relied on his precision, defensive mastery, and counter-punching brilliance. To the surprise of many, McGregor held his own against the seasoned boxing champion. In the early rounds, his unorthodox approach and powerful punches found their mark, challenging Mayweather in ways he hadn't anticipated. In the later rounds, Mayweather's accuracy and defensive tactics started dismantling McGregor's offensive assault. Ultimately, it was a technical knockout that sealed McGregor's fate. Despite the loss, McGregor's performance in the ring was remarkable and earned him the respect of boxing aficionados and critics alike. He had defied all expectations and proven that his skills and mindset transcended the boundaries of a single discipline. The fight against Mayweather not only showcased McGregor's adaptability and fighting spirit, but also elevated his global stature. His fearlessness in taking on Mayweather, a legendary figure in boxing, propelled him into the mainstream consciousness, transcending the confines of combat sports. McGregor became a symbol of ambition, inspiring athletes from various disciplines to push their limits and challenge the established norms. Beyond the ring, McGregor's encounter with Mayweather opened doors to new opportunities. It paved the way for lucrative business ventures, endorsements, and media appearances, solidifying his status as a global sports icon.
He should have killed me when he had the chance, because now I'm back and I'm going to kill you and your whole fucking team. You and them bitch kids.
Now McGregor's journey hasn't been without its setbacks. His rivalry with Nate Diaz proved to be a defining chapter in his career. The first encounter between McGregor and Diaz took place at welterweight, a weight class outside McGregor's usual division. Despite his initial confidence, McGregor faced adversity as Diaz weathered his early assault and came back with a relentless attack. McGregor ultimately succumbed to a rear naked choke, suffering his first UFC loss. This defeat served as a wake-up call and fueled McGregor's determination to avenge his loss. The rematch held at welterweight was a grueling 5-round battle that showcased McGregor's resilience and adaptability. Despite facing significant adversity, McGregor emerged victorious in a majority decision, solidifying his status once again as a true warrior. The clash between McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov was one of the most highly anticipated fights in MMA history. The bout was mired in personal animosity and heated exchanges leading up to the event. McGregor, known for his psychological warfare, pushed the boundaries with his trash-talking, making the fight intensely personal. In the fight itself, Khabib's superior grappling skills proved decisive as he smothered McGregor with relentless ground control, ultimately submitting him in the 4th round with a neck crank. However, the post-fight chaos marred the event when a brawl erupted between the two fighters' teams. The incident further highlighted the complexities of McGregor's career, drawing attention to the controversies that surrounded him. McGregor's journey has been fraught with setbacks, both in and out of the octagon. Legal troubles, such as the bus incident that resulted in criminal charges, threatened to overshadow his accomplishments. His career has not been perfect, and that's what makes him so great. Even with all the setbacks and losses, he's never given up and still lived in the hearts of fans as a legend. McGregor's ability to bounce back from adversity and reclaim his position as one of the top fighters in the world is a testament to his greatness. The legend of Conor McGregor wouldn't be complete without his iconic trash talk. McGregor possesses a gift for verbal warfare as potent as his strikes inside the octagon. His ability to captivate audiences with his razor-sharp tongue and audacious statements has become an integral part of his persona and his rise to global stardom. From pre-fight press conferences to post-fight interviews, McGregor seized every opportunity to verbally assault his opponents, igniting a firestorm of anticipation and intrigue. But his trash talk goes beyond mere theatrics. It serves a purpose. McGregor aims to get under his opponent's skin, disrupt their mental equilibrium, and create a psychological advantage. He dissects his adversaries, probes their weaknesses, and exploits any perceived vulnerabilities. McGregor's verbal onslaught can be so relentless that it leaves his opponents rattled and emotionally unstable even before they step foot inside the octagon. It often carries over into the fight itself. By provoking his opponents, McGregor forces them to fight on his terms, capitalizing on their frustration or anger. It becomes a mind game, an additional layer of strategy that McGregor employs to gain the upper hand. Love him or loathe him, McGregor's trash talk cannot be ignored. It's become an integral part of his brand and his legacy. McGregor's ability to generate buzz, capture the attention of the media, and captivate fans with his audacious predictions, and let's not forget those captivating verbal exchanges, is a testament to his charisma and showmanship. Conor McGregor's impact on the sport of mixed martial arts transcends his victories and controversies. He's become a catalyst for change, revolutionizing the way fighters promote themselves and ushering a new era of entertainment and spectacle. McGregor's brash personality and gift for self-promotion have propelled him to unprecedented heights of fame and fortune. His ability to captivate the audience with his bold statements, charismatic persona, and unfiltered confidence has attracted a legion of fans from around the world. But his impact goes beyond mere popularity. He's inspired a new generation of fighters who look to him as a trailblazer and role model. McGregor's audacity, work ethic, and unwavering self-belief have become a blueprint for success in the sport. Young fighters now strive to emulate his fearless approach, both inside and outside the octagon. His influence extends beyond the sport itself. He's reshaped the landscape of combat sports, elevating MMA to new heights of mainstream recognition and acceptance. McGregor's ability to captivate not only MMA fans, but also casual viewers, has widened the sport's appeal and brought it into the spotlight. He's elevated the sport to a level where it competes with popularity of traditional combat sports like boxing. Conor McGregor's contributions to the sport of MMA cannot be overstated. He has redefined the concept of showmanship, transforming fights into events, and captivating audiences with his larger-than-life personality. Conor McGregor's journey from Dublin to global superstardom has been nothing short of extraordinary. His electrifying fights, charismatic personality, and ability to captivate audiences have solidified his status as a legend in the world of combat sports. Despite the controversies that have surrounded him, McGregor's impact on the sport and his enduring legacy is undeniable. As the story of his career continues to unfold, McGregor's place in the annals of MMA history is secure, leaving an indelible mark on the sport and inspiring fighters around the world.
Here is Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Welcome back to another Boxing World Recap. Today we're counting down Canelo Alvarez's top 10 most savage moments. For those who don't know, Canelo is one of the most decorated boxers in history, with a record of 54 wins and 1 loss.
54 victories, including 36 big wins by knockout. Only 1 defeat with 2 draws, and he's undefeated for 6 years.
He's won multiple world championships in different weight classes and continues to be a force within the boxing community. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number 10. His upcoming rematch against Gennady Golovkin. The rematch between Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin was one of the most anticipated fights in boxing history, after their first fight ended in a controversial draw.
This is officially a draw.
Well, I think a draw is a highly acceptable result.
Both fighters were determined to prove who was the better fighter. The result of their second fight was another classic battle that saw Canelo edge out Golovkin by a narrow margin to take home the middleweight title.
Your winner by majority decision and new WBC, WBA, IBO ring magazine middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo.
Both men showed tremendous skill and heart throughout the match, but it was Canelo's relentless aggression that made him stand out, as he earned his 7th world championship belt with an impressive performance against one of boxing's all-time greats. Let's look at some of Canelo's most savage moments from this epic rematch.
Canelo loads up with a left, started from his hip, it ended on the right cheekbone. Both men throwing with bad intentions. Canelo comes over the top with an overhand right, lands right to the left temple.
Number 9. Becoming a 2-division world champion by beating David Lemieux convincingly. Becoming a 2-division world champion at just 25 years of age, Canelo Alvarez solidified his place among the greats with an impressive victory over David Lemieux in December 2018. The fight was competitive throughout, with both men trading heavy shots and fighting for every inch of ring real estate. However, it was Alvarez who was ultimately able to take control of the fight, as he showcased his superior strength and technique en route to a dominant unanimous decision win. He outlanded Lemieux in nearly every single round on his way to becoming a 2-division world champion. In addition to being one of the youngest boxers ever to achieve this distinction, he also became just the 4th Mexican fighter in history to pull off such an accomplishment. Number 8. Blowing away Sergey Kovalev with a single punch to retain his light heavyweight belt. One of Canelo Alvarez's most savage moments came when he blasted away Russian superstar Sergey Kovalev with a single punch to retain his light heavyweight belt. The fight was initially seen as an uphill battle for the Mexican champion.
Here comes Canelo. Landed that hook.
Who had never fought in the light heavyweight division prior to this bout. Kovalev started things off strong by displaying his trademark jab and devastating power punching. He backed up Canelo against the ropes in several rounds and seemed to be on his way to victory. But instead, Canelo turned the tide late in the fight and began landing powerful right hands that wobbled Kovalev and triggered a determined attack in the final round.
Kovalev's not even committing to it. Here it is. Kovalev's hurt. Kovalev's down. Kovalev's out. It's over. That fast. There's 5th gear. Canelo is the light heavyweight champion of the world.
Number 7. Outpointing Daniel Jacobs in a close fight to remain unbeaten. From the opening bell, both fighters traded shots, but it was Canelo who managed to gain control of the fight by cutting off the ring and applying pressure on Jacobs. His accurate punching and timely footwork enabled him to land clean combinations on Jacobs throughout the bout, He also displayed impressive head movement that made it difficult for his opponent to land any significant shots of his own.
On the ring with his feet, his head movement has been brilliant in the last couple of fights.
This is fantastic defense in this round from Canelo, and he punctuates it with a jab.
Canelo further asserted his dominance in the later rounds as he connected on stiff jabs, hooks, and uppercuts that led to a successful defense of all 4 belts he held at middleweight. Meanwhile, Jacobs had a few shining moments during select rounds.
Particularly has been mightily impressive. Here comes Jacobs though, trying to rip it up and change things.
But couldn't keep up with Canelo's intensity as fatigue began to set in for him near the end of the fight. As a result, Alvarez was able to outpoint him in a close battle and remain unbeaten in what was one of his most savage performances yet.
Nothing landed, however, Canelo is moving and not punching.
Number 6. Dismantling Rocky Fielding in 3 rounds to retain his title. Canelo Alvarez demonstrated his savage power and exceptional technique in 3 rounds when dismantling Rocky Fielding to retain his title. Alvarez only needed 3 rounds to demonstrate why he's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world.
To keep Canelo Alvarez at bay. Does he have that stick? Body shot. One body shot, and he takes a knee.
Alvarez unleashed a series of powerful jabs and overhand rights that forced Fielding back on the ropes. Fielding attempted to answer back, but was overwhelmed by Canelo's power and ferocity. It wasn't long before Fielding started to tire.
Off of him. No, he doesn't. Down he goes. Body shot, and he is being chopped down.
Giving Canelo more time to land accurate punches and cause damage. The end came in the 3rd round when Canelo landed an absolutely devastating right hook that stunned Fielding, followed by a sneaky left that sent him staggering into the corner. With his opponent defenseless, Canelo capitalized with a series of brutal uppercuts that sent Fielding crashing down onto the canvas.
The winner by TKO victory, now a 4-time world champion in 3 different divisions. He's the new WBA super middleweight champion of the world.
Number 5. Giving Gennady Golovkin a boxing lesson in their first matchup. In their first matchup, Canelo Alvarez gave Gennady Golovkin a boxing lesson. From rounds 1 to 9, Canelo's accurate hooks and jabs left a visible mark on Golovkin's face.
The best against the best.
While keeping him at bay. In the eyes of many pundits, it was clear that Canelo had won the fight he'd been known for throughout his career. With a powerful left hook, he sent Kirkland crash into the canvas and earned an impressive knockout victory. It was undoubtedly one of his most memorable knockouts, and it showed just how dangerous he can be in the ring when given the chance.
If Kirkland can get up, he's going to fight. He's always going to want to fight. He's never going to give up.
But his legs are not there. This time, I don't think he's getting up. Wow. Is he counting or is it all over?
Oh, it's over.
All over.
It's over.
He knocked him out cold.
Number 3. Beating Miguel Cotto to become the middleweight champion of the world. At number 3, we have Canelo Alvarez's incredible feat of beating Miguel Cotto to become the middleweight champion of the world.
Hard right hand over the top right now. Not really. He's getting the better of him in every way right now. This is a very big round so far for Canelo. Now here comes Cotto.
This is one of his most impressive victories, as he displayed a level of skill and tenacity that had rarely been seen before in boxing. He utilized a combination of speed and power to overwhelm his opponent, eventually winning by unanimous decision after 12 rounds. His victory made him the first Mexican boxer since Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. to win a world title in this weight class, cementing his place among some of the greatest boxers ever from Mexico. Number 2. His domination of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Alvarez entered the ring to face off against none other than the son of legendary Mexican boxer and 3-time world champion Julio Cesar Chavez Sr.
Chavez looking to finish Taylor off. Mills Lane steps in. It's over. It's over. Julio Cesar Chavez.
In what would become an unforgettable night at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada on May 6, 2017, Canelo Alvarez dominated his opponent from start to finish. Despite being noted for his boxing technique and skillful defense, it was clear that El Canelo had something to prove as he unleashed flurry after flurry of punches onto his opponent with intense aggression.
I think it's all Canelo Alvarez proving 2 points, and that he's definitely going to beat all type of messages so he's letting everybody know that he's in the best shape of his life.
Canelo's brutal power punches far surpassed those of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., completely shutting down any chance he had of victory. With savage jabs and swift combos, Alvarez dropped Chavez Jr. multiple times throughout the fight, leaving him no chance to fight back.
And you get out with your Chenko, Gennady and give themselves the best. And that is
with no nonsense between fights.
And number 1, Canelo's ferocious knockout of Amir Khan. Canelo Alvarez's ferocious knockout of Amir Khan in 2016 is certainly his most savage moment. Not many fighters can pull off a vicious match-ending punch like Alvarez, who delivered a brutal uppercut, sending Khan crashing to the canvas with astonishing velocity. What made this moment so spectacular was the fact that Canelo trailed behind in the fight up until that point and was the underdog in the scene.
Well, so far, I think Khan's trainer, Virgil Hunter, is going to like...
Canelo Alvarez's knockout of Amir Khan in 2016 will go down in history as one of his most savage moments. A brilliant display of skill, power, speed, and accuracy, all perfectly combined into one stunning finish.
As well as taking away his energy and everybody... Oh, goodness.
Canelo Alvarez is one of the greatest boxers in history. He's earned his place amongst boxing's elite by displaying a combination of skill, power, and savagery that few can match. We hope you enjoyed this look at Canelo's top 10 most savage moments. From dominating Golovkin to knocking out Khan, these moments prove just how powerful he truly is, both in and outside the ring. Please like and subscribe and comment down below which were your favorite moments. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. In the world of boxing, one fight can completely change a boxer's life. Back in the 1990s, Prince Naseem Hamed was a huge name in the sport. Everyone knew him as the unbeaten champ with lots of featherweight titles. He ruled the ring, but everything shifted when he changed coaches. Today we're diving into the fight that really messed up Naseem Hamed's boxing career. It was the one against Marco Antonio Barrera that did the damage. That match had a huge impact on how his whole journey in boxing went down. Prince Naseem Hamed's boxing journey started with his unique personality that set him apart from the rest. In the early days of his career, he already displayed the kind of charisma that drew people's attention. But it wasn't just his personality, he had the skills to back it up. He quickly made a name for himself with a string of impressive victories, earning multiple featherweight titles along the way. His undefeated record and knockout power were the talk of the town. However, a significant shift happened when he decided to change his coach. Brendan Ingle had guided him to success, but Naseem switched to Emmanuel Stewart, a legendary figure in boxing. This transition marked a crucial chapter in his career, setting the stage for even bigger challenges and defining moments to come. Naseem was on a mission to solidify his legacy in the boxing world, and he needed a major fight to do just that. However, his new coach, Emmanuel Stewart, was cautious about matching him up against Juan Manuel Marquez, believing that Marquez's style might pose a challenge. Instead, the opportunity arose to face Marco Antonio Barrera, a formidable Mexican fighter. The negotiations for this fight took some time, nearly a year, with both sides working out the details. It was a pivotal moment in Naseem's career as he aimed to prove himself against a top-tier opponent and secure his place in boxing history. As the fight between Naseem Hamed and Marco Antonio Barrera approached on April 7, 2001, the anticipation was palpable. The stage was set for a showdown that would define both boxers' careers. Naseem was slated to earn a substantial $8.5 million for the fight, highlighting the magnitude of the event. Expert predictions overwhelmingly favored Naseem Hamed, with many in the boxing world expecting him to continue his unbeaten streak. However, what unfolded in the ring on that fateful night would prove to be a major upset, shattering these predictions and forever altering the course of Naseem's career. In the first round of the fight between Hamed and Barrera, the scene was set for an unexpected turn. Naseem, known for his extravagant entrances, didn't disappoint with his flashy and grand arrival to that ring. However, once the fight began, Barrera's focused strategy became evident. Relentlessly aiming calculated punches between the chest and head, Barrera's precision and approach paid off as his punches found their mark, effectively gaining him the upper hand and clinching the first round. This strategic targeting, coupled with calculated moves, set the stage for an unexpected and surprising start to the highly anticipated match. Let's break down the fight step by step. In each round, there were important moments that kept fans watching closely. Hamed had a tough time dealing with Barrera's punches. Barrera had this special combo, crossing between the chest and head, causing a lot of trouble. Things would get interesting in the fifth, when Naseem decided to change his stance and fight as a right-hander. This would be his attempt to turn the tide and respond to Barrera's moves. The fight was a real nail-biter, and it wasn't clear who would win this until the 11th round. Both fighters giving it their all, making it a close and exciting match from the very first round. In the later rounds of the fight, Barrera showed off his strength and skill, improving as the match went on. Hamed began making tactical mistakes, struggling to find a way to regain control of the fight. Barrera's punches to Naseem's chest and head continued to take their toll. But it was in the 11th round that proved to be the turning point. Barrera stepped it up, landing some powerful punches and securing his victory. Naseem, on the other hand, was still struggling from previous rounds. It was a tough moment for his fans, as Barrera's dominance became even more evident, ultimately leading to his well-deserved win. The 11th round marked the culmination of Barrera's strategy and cemented his place as the victor in this hard-fought battle. When it came to deciding the winner of the fight between Hamed and Barrera, all three judges were in complete agreement. It was unanimous in favor of Barrera, making it clear that he had earned his victory. Naseem, however, didn't take this loss lightly. He expressed his strong desire for a rematch, and even mentioned an injury as the reason for his disappointing performance. Despite the desire for a rematch spelled out in the contract, the boxing world never got to see these two great boxers face off again. It was a letdown for fans and an unfulfilled promise, as the circumstances never allowed the highly anticipated rematch to materialize. Barrera's victory remained a defining moment in his career, while Hamed's desire for redemption would remain unfulfilled. Following his loss to Marco Antonio Barrera, Naseem Hamed's career took a different path. His final bout would be against Manuel Calvo, a rather average opponent compared to his previous challengers. Now, this fight marked the end of Naseem's boxing journey at the age of 28. While many attributed his early retirement to the Barrera defeat, it's essential to recognize that his decision to hang up the gloves was influenced by other factors as well. Meanwhile, Barrera would continue his career with remarkable victories, securing his place as a boxing legend. He faced tough opponents like Eric Morales and Johnny Tapia, and despite some losses, he left an indelible mark on the sport. The contrast in their post-fight careers highlighted the significance of that one pivotal match against Barrera in the history of boxing. In conclusion, the fight against Marco Antonio Barrera played a pivotal role in Naseem Hamed's career. It marked that significant turning point, with its impact reaching far beyond that one match. Hamed's previously unblemished record was forever tarnished, and the loss to Barrera had a profound effect on his legacy in the world of boxing. On the other side, Barrera's role in this bout was undeniable. He showcased his exceptional skills and tenacity, securing a place in boxing history as a formidable fighter. And as we explore the rich history of boxing, it's matches like these that remind us of the sport's unpredictability and the enduring legacy of the remarkable fighters. And if you enjoyed this glimpse into boxing history, we encourage you to like, share, and subscribe for more interesting content. Are you ready to be introduced to the next boxing superstar?
Viva Mexico! Let's go!
In this video, I'm going to share with you the inspiring story of Ryan Garcia and why he's destined for greatness in the world of boxing. Ryan Garcia is a 24-year-old professional boxer from California who's quickly becoming one of the most popular fighters in boxing. With his record of 23 wins, 0 losses, and 19 knockouts, he's on his way to becoming a champion. Garcia's style stands out with its speed and power, making him a thrilling fighter to watch. He's risen to fame in part due to his charismatic personality and remarkable accomplishments at such a young age. Not only has he won multiple titles, but he also has the attention of some of the biggest names in boxing. His fan base continues to grow as he reaches new levels of success and recognition. So, what is it that makes Ryan Garcia stand out as an athlete, and why is he set to become the next big thing in boxing? Well, stay tuned as we dive into an exclusive look at Ryan Garcia's career and how he's become the next boxing superstar.
Ryan Garcia knows he's got Campbell a little bit weakened here.
Ryan Garcia's rise to stardom is an inspiring story that began when he was just a young boy growing up in California. His passion for boxing started at the early age of 7, and by the time he was 12, he had already begun training with some of the best trainers in his area. At 14 years old, Garcia had won his first amateur fight and soon after made it to the Golden Gloves Championships. This is where people really took notice of his talent and potential as a professional boxer. From then on, there was no stopping him. He quickly rose through the ranks and became one of the most promising boxers in California. In 2016, at only 19 years old, Garcia signed a contract with Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, which launched his career into stardom. With hard work and dedication, Ryan has accomplished what many fighters dream about, becoming one of boxing's biggest stars before even reaching adulthood. One of the most remarkable fights of Ryan Garcia's career was his match against Jose Lopez in 2019. This fight wasn't only one of the most intense fights of Garcia's career, but it also demonstrated his full range of abilities as a boxer.
The third time happened right there.
After going 3 rounds with Lopez, Garcia eventually won by unanimous decision. This match showcased his speed, power, and agility, all qualities that separate him from other fighters. It also highlighted his talent for using combinations to gain an edge over his opponents. Another memorable fight for Ryan Garcia was when he faced Francisco Fonseca in 2020.
Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna.
This match was unique because it marked Garcia's first chance to defend the WBC Silver Lightweight Championship title he had won earlier in the year. After 5 rounds of back-and-forth exchanges between both boxers, Garcia came out on top again with a unanimous decision victory and got to keep his title belt. This fight demonstrated how well he can manage a long bout, as well as display his prowess and endurance during a tough battle. Another brilliant knockout in Ryan Garcia's career was his fight against Romero Duno in 2019.
On that card was Romero Duno. Garcia at that time.
The match showed off Garcia's unique combination of speed and power, as well as his ability to remain composed under pressure. With a single punch, he knocked out Duno in just 1 round, a feat that few professional boxers have achieved before. This incredible performance solidified him as an up-and-coming force to be reckoned within the boxing world, and earned him great respect from both fans and critics alike. Finally, one of Ryan Garcia's most impressive fights happened in 2021 against Luke Campbell, an experienced former world champion boxer who's known for giving tough opponents a hard time in the ring. Despite the odds being stacked against him, Garcia managed to beat Campbell by stunningly knocking him out in just 2 rounds.
Ryan Garcia, you're young. Body shot, and he goes down, and now Campbell is down on a knee.
His ability to remain composed while taking powerful punches earned him great respects from those fans and critics alike. This win further proved that Ryan Garcia is indeed destined for greatness in boxing, and is certainly living up to becoming a boxing legend. Ryan Garcia has set his sights on becoming a world champion and is determined to make it happen. Since turning professional in 2016, He's amassed an impressive 23-0 record with 19 knockouts, which have all been thrilling performances that have raised his profile in the world of boxing. Garcia wants to become a unified world champion and is looking to take on some of boxing's biggest names. He envisions himself as one of the best boxers in history and has made it his mission to be remembered as such. Furthermore, he plans to use his success in boxing as a platform for inspiring and motivating young people around the world. Garcia also feels that there's a void in boxing right now and wants to be the fighter who can bridge that gap between generations. He's focused on proving himself as one of the best fighters out there and desires to reach heights never seen before in the sport. His ambition, skill, charisma, and heart are all qualities that make him stand out from other fighters and will likely lead him to achieving greatness in boxing. Ryan Garcia has all the attributes of a future champion. His charisma and determination are rare in the sport, and he continues to prove that he's one of the best young fighters out there. He's demonstrated great skill, power, and speed in his fights, which have served him well against some of the toughest opponents in boxing.
And that's when he's most.
Furthermore, his never-give-up attitude and resiliency have earned him numerous impressive victories, catching the attention of fans and critics. Garcia's potential to become a world champion is further enhanced by his undeniable star quality. He has grown a wide fan base around the world due to his exciting fighting style, as well as his humility and inspiration that he provides to younger generations through his social media. His ability to relate to people from all walks of life make him even more charismatic, thus turning him into an important figure within the sport. In addition to his potential, Garcia also possesses key qualities that separate him from other fighters, such as discipline, confidence, and poise, all of which will help him reach success in the ring. As such, Garcia is on track to becoming one of boxing's biggest stars, making him the next boxing superstar. With each fight he wins, we get a day closer to all of us witnessing Ryan Garcia coming out on top as a unified world champion, and that day may come sooner than we think. There's no disputing it. Ryan Garcia is undoubtedly one of the most exciting prospects in boxing today, and certainly a name you should keep your eyes on. He continues to show fans why he deserves his rightful place amongst the great fighters from around the globe, and why he should one day be crowned as a unified world champion. If you guys had a good time, like, subscribe if you're not already with us, and comment down below whether or not you think Garcia can fulfill his potential and become a world superstar or not. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. I'm the best ever.
Are you ready to be blown away by one of the greatest boxers of all time? Because in this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the incredible world record set by none other than Mike Tyson. From his humble beginnings to his rise to the top of the boxing world, Tyson's story is one of dedication, determination, and sheer force of will. But you might be surprised to learn that his most impressive achievement has nothing to do with any of his fights. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Mike Tyson's world record comes from his time as the youngest heavyweight champion in history, a title he held for over a decade. At just 20 years old, Tyson defeated Trevor Berbick in 1986 to claim the WBC heavyweight championship, surpassing Floyd Patterson's previous record of 21 years old.
And the first man ever to regain the heavyweight championship, the winner, Floyd Patterson.
This fight was also notable for the fact that it was held in the Bahamas and was the last fight for both fighters. Berbick would retire after the fight, and Tyson would become the first boxer to hold the heavyweight title at such a young age. But Tyson's record-breaking achievement wasn't limited to just his age. He also set a record for the fastest knockout in a heavyweight championship fight, needing just 130 seconds to dispatch Michael Spinks in 1988.
Spinks in. He leads to the right hand. Down he goes. I don't think you get up from this. Mike Spinks is laying flat on his back. It's all over. Mike Tyson has won it. And the timer tells me 1:31 of the first round. One of the fastest knockouts in heavyweight history.
The fight, which was billed as the Battle of the Titans, saw Tyson land a devastating right hook that sent Spinks to the canvas, earning him a TKO victory.
I bet both of our purses that you knock him out in the first round. So I thought he was serious, because just now he said he was lying. And so I went out and knocked him out in the first round.
This fight was not only significant because of the record, but also because it was the first fight between two undefeated heavyweight champions in over 20 years. Tyson's rapid rise to the top of the boxing world was nothing short of extraordinary. He turned professional at just 18 years old and had his first world title shot just 2 years later. He had a total of 38 fights as a professional, with 37 wins, 33 of them by knockout, and only 1 loss. He was known for his aggressive and ferocious fighting style.
And he's going to do it in the 6th because he's only midway through, and this is the way he finishes him off now, the master of the finishing stuff. What a fighter, absolute ferocious, and what a game man.
Which earned him the nickname Iron Mike. While Tyson's accomplishments in the ring are undeniable, his life outside the ring was plagued with controversy. In 1992, he was convicted of rape and sentenced to 6 years in prison. He served 3 years before being released on parole.
Did you rape her?
No, I ain't raped that slimy bitch.
The conviction had a significant impact on his career, as he was unable to fight for several years, and his reputation was heavily tarnished.
But me, I'm a big black rapist. Big, strong, black young kid wants some. She says no because he's an ape, so he hits her with his club, drags her by her hair, and rapes her and do as he wants. So that's the stigma I'm left with.
In addition to his legal troubles, Tyson also struggled with substance abuse and financial problems. Despite this, he made a comeback in 1995, winning the WBC and WBA heavyweight titles once again.
Tyson with a left hook, a right uppercut, down goes McNeely again. McNeely's hurt this time, Steve. He's very hurt.
However, he would later lose those titles in a controversial fight against Evander Holyfield in 1996, in which he bit off a part of Holyfield's ear.
What happened here? He got bit, I think. Evander Holyfield, look out! He's pushed right here, above us by Tyson. He's got bit in the ear. Oh my goodness, he's got a bloody right ear. Holyfield bit by a dirty Mike Tyson.
The incident further damaged his reputation and led to his suspension from boxing. Despite the setbacks, Tyson continued to fight, even after his suspension was lifted. He had several notable fights in the late 90s and early 2000s, including a rematch with Holyfield and a fight against Lennox Lewis. But he was never able to regain the same level of success that he had earlier in his career. He retired from boxing in 2005 with a career record of 50 wins and 6 losses. Tyson's records are all the more impressive when you consider that he faced some of the toughest competition of his era. His opponents included boxers such as Larry Holmes, Frank Bruno, and Lennox Lewis, all of whom were at the top of their game at the time.
Again, Bruno momentarily turns up with a claw by 3-4-5 punch combination. Right uppercut starting in. Bruno's in desperate trouble. It's going to be stopped. It's over. Bruno's lost his title, and Iron Mike is champion.
Now, despite this, Tyson was able to defeat them all, cementing his place in history as one of the greatest boxers of all time. Tyson's story is not only about his achievements inside the ring, but also about his struggles outside of it. He went from being a young, promising boxer to a convicted criminal, and then a comeback fighter, always surrounded by controversy. But despite all of this, his impact on the sport of boxing and on popular culture is undeniable. He was one of the most feared and respected boxers of all time.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, with us tonight, the youngest man in history to ever win the heavyweight world title. He made 16 world title appearances in his career.
And his record-breaking achievements and fierce fighting style will always be remembered as some of the most iconic moments in the history of the sport.
Uppercut, and Marvis is hurt.
Razor is down. Joe Cortez moves in to have a look, and he's going to stop the fight. It did not last
20 seconds.
In recent years, Tyson has made a comeback of sorts, not in the ring, but as a public figure and media personality. He's appeared in several movies and shows, and has also made a name for himself as a successful businessman. He's also been more open about his personal struggles.
Biggest beatdown you've ever had, whether it be physically or emotionally or spiritually?
I lost my 4-year-old daughter. She accidentally killed herself by accident.
Oh, man.
She on a treadmill. She didn't know how to work it, and she had hurt.
Wow.
So after that, I didn't know what to do.
And has used his platform to raise awareness about mental health and addiction.
Learned gratitude. This is what I learned from life kicking my ass. I learned gratitude.
Mike Tyson's world record is a testament to his incredible talent, dedication, and unbreakable spirit. Whether you're a fan of boxing or not, there's no denying the impact that he had on the sport. He paved the way for future boxers and became a cultural icon. As we look back on his incredible career, it's clear that Mike Tyson will always be remembered as one of the greatest boxers of all time, a true legend in the sport of boxing. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're not already with us for more boxing content. We'll see you in the next one. They called him the Manasseh Mauler, and he dominated the boxing world like no other heavyweight. But who was Jack Dempsey, and why is his legacy still celebrated by fight fans and historians alike? In the history of boxing, a few names are as legendary as Jack Dempsey. With his fierce fighting style and record-breaking victories, Dempsey became the face of heavyweight boxing in the 1920s and 30s. But what was it about Dempsey that made him stand out from the rest? Was he truly the greatest heavyweight of the 20th century? Join us today as we explore the legacy of Jack Dempsey and delve into what made him the greatest heavyweight of the 20th century. Let's get started. Early in life, Jack Dempsey was already showing signs of being a unique individual. Born in Manasseh, Colorado on June 24, 1895, to a family of Irish immigrants, he became known as Kid Blackie due to his jet black hair. As a child, he had 2 jobs, working as a part-time blacksmith and delivering mail by horseback, and attending school only sporadically. At the age of 16, Dempsey left home and began to drift across the country, where he worked various odd jobs such as cattle herding, lumberjacking, and railroad construction. It was during this period that Dempsey began his boxing career, which would ultimately take him to stardom. He fought under several different aliases in order to keep his true identity hidden from potential opponents who might otherwise be intimidated by his success. Dempsey eventually made it back home to Colorado and quickly gained notoriety for his fighting prowess. In 1914, at 19 years old, he won the World Middleweight Championship at the Grand Coliseum in Salt Lake City, when he knocked out reigning champion Fred Fulton in less than 3 rounds. His victory set him up for even more extraordinary achievements in the years ahead, and established him as one of the greatest boxers of all time. Dempsey made his professional debut in 1914 and was undefeated for the first 7 years of his career. The championship fight between Jack Dempsey and Jess Willard is one of the most iconic boxing matches in history. On July 4th, 1919, Dempsey stepped into the ring to face an opponent who was larger, stronger, and had a longer reach. Jess Willard had been a champion before, and he was confident that his experience would be enough to defeat the younger challenger. But just 3 rounds into the fight, it was clear that Dempsey's power and strength were too much for Willard to handle. In total, he was knocked down 7 times over the course of 2 minutes and 4 seconds, and was eventually declared unable to continue by the referee. The fight cemented Jack Dempsey's status as one of the greatest heavyweight boxers in history, a title he still holds today. His dominance over Jess Willard has become legendary, with many experts noting that Dempsey's performance showed an extraordinary combination of speed, agility, and power, qualities that are rarely found together in such an impressive package.
He's knocked out, and he's hardly strength enough to rise and shake hands with his conqueror.
Jack Dempsey's victory over Jess Willard on July 4th, 1919, remains one of the most memorable events in sporting history. During his championship reign, Dempsey defended his title 6 times and had notable victories against challengers such as Georges Carpentier, Luis Angel Firpo, Tommy Gibbons, Jack Sharkey, and Gene Tunney. Between 1916 and 1927, Dempsey participated in 77 fights with 68 victories, 51 by knockout. Dempsey's fame reached unprecedented heights with his long count fight against Luis Firpo in 1923. This fight saw Dempsey knocked down by Firpo before recovering and eventually winning by knockout, establishing himself as a bona fide superstar in the process. He was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1990 for his remarkable achievements during his boxing career.
The International Boxing Hall of Fame.
In addition to being one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, his impact on the boxing world is still prominent today. Dempsey was a larger-than-life figure who symbolized what it meant to be a champion both inside and outside the ring. He'll always be remembered as one of the most influential figures in boxing history and one of the greatest heavyweight champions of the 20th century. Dempsey revolutionized the sport with his aggressive style and relentless pursuit of victory. He fought with high-octane energy and determination that thrilled audiences around the world. His most legendary fights were against Luis Firpo and Gene Tunney, two fighters whose reputations were bolstered by their battles with Dempsey. He also played a major role in popularizing televised boxing matches, growing the audience of fans, and making it one of the most watched sports in history. On top of that, Dempsey was also a major figure in other facets of modern boxing culture. His flair for showmanship influenced generations of fighters who followed him, many of whom adopted similar theatrics for their own pre-fight routines. His rivalry with Gene Tunney served as an inspiration for films like Raging Bull and Cinderella Man, which helped introduce new fans to boxing's rich history. And today, there are still countless boxers carrying on Jack Dempsey's legacy by competing with his trademark intensity and passion for competition. Overall, Jack Dempsey stands out as one of the all-time greatest heavyweights due to both his achievements in the ring and his lasting influence outside it. In many ways, he's changed the face of boxing forever, a fitting legacy for one of its biggest stars. The retirement of Jack Dempsey from the world of professional boxing was a bittersweet moment for many fans. After a long and successful career, he announced his decision to retire in 1927 due to age and health-related issues. This marked the end of one of the greatest heavyweight champions of the 20th century. As the undisputed heavyweight champion of the 20th century, Dempsey was a symbol of power and strength, inspiring generations of aspiring boxers to achieve greatness. He made history by becoming the first boxer to ever earn more than $1 million for a single fight when he faced off against Georges Carpentier in 1921. Dempsey's powerful right-hand punch earned him the nickname the Manasseh Mauler, which still resonates today amongst boxers and fans alike. But his legacy extends beyond just his boxing records. He was well known for his generous acts outside of the ring, such as donating money to those affected by Great Depression and getting involved in humanitarian causes around the world. Additionally, he opened up a number of restaurants alongside movie mogul Darryl F. Zanuck and Broadway star Eddie Dowling, where he served traditional home-style cooking. His charisma and impact outside of the ring were so great that he helped shape boxing to become the global sport it is today. Ultimately, Jack Dempsey is remembered as one of the greatest boxers of all time, and his legacy lives on through generations that continue to idolize him. His story inspires those who strive for greatness, showing them that success can come out of even the most difficult situations when you put your heart and soul into it. Like and subscribe, and comment down below if you think Jack Dempsey is a boxing GOAT or not. Be sure to press the bell icon for more videos like this, and like always, thank you for watching.
Finally, when the bell rang, Elijah Tillery stuck his face out, and Riddick Bowe just hit it. And you see Rock Newman getting involved in this, both of them almost falling over the ropes.
Are you ready for the top 10 most controversial moments in the world of boxing? From disqualifications to accusations of cheating, these moments have sparked heated debates and divided the boxing community.
What is he saying, Larry?
He says no, I don't understand.
He's saying no, he quit.
I don't understand it.
I think Duran quit.
I don't understand it.
But before we get into that countdown, let me ask you this. Have you ever witnessed a fight so controversial you couldn't help but talk about it for days on end?
He turns to Butler to shake his hand, congratulate him.
Putting his arm out.
Boom! Right there. He was a coward and he couldn't get him during the fight, and he sucker punched him right there.
That's the kind of drama and excitement we're gonna relive in this video. So, sit tight, grab some popcorn, and let's dive in.
Well, I've seen some strange things in boxing. That is surely one of the strangest.
Number 10. On our list is the 1997 rematch between Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson. In their first fight, Holyfield shocked the world by defeating Tyson and becoming the undisputed champion.
Like the overachieving warrior that
he is.
But in the rematch, Tyson infamously bit off a piece of Holyfield's ear.
He's got bit in the ear.
Oh my goodness, he's got a bloody right ear. Holyfield bit by a dirty Mike Tyson.
I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Resulting in his disqualification and a $3 million fine.
Why did you do that, though, Mike? I mean, was that the proper response?
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I got to go home and my kids are going to be scared of me. Look at me, man.
What are you going to do now in terms of your career, Mike? Will you continue to fight?
Number 9 is the 2000 fight between Antonio Tarver and Roy Jones Jr. During the fight, Tarver landed a punch that knocked Jones out cold, but the referee ruled it a slip, causing confusion and controversy among fans and analysts.
That was Antonio Tarver has always felt like he was.
Number 8 is the 2012 fight between Manny Pacquiao and Timothy Bradley. Despite many believing Pacquiao to be the clear winner, Bradley was awarded the victory by split decision.
To the winner by split decision, and new WBO welterweight champion of the world, the Desert Storm, Timothy Bradley!
Leading to accusations of corruption and biased judging. Number 7 is the 2002 fight between Lennox Lewis and Naseem Hamed. In a shocking upset, Hamed knocked out Lewis to become the heavyweight champion.
Across the ring.
However, the rematch saw Lewis reclaiming his title via KO.
That's the counterpunch.
Boom! Will Rackman get up, or have the tables been turned? Is it reversed? 7, 8, 9. It's over. Lennox Lewis got revenge.
Sparking debate on the legitimacy of the first fight's outcome. Number 6, the 2017 fight between Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez. The highly anticipated fight ended in a split draw, with many feeling that Golovkin had been robbed for a victory.
This is officially a draw.
The controversy surrounding the decision led to a rematch, which also ended in a controversial decision. Number 5 is the 1980 fight between Muhammad Ali and Larry Holmes. Many believe that Ali, who was 38 at the time, was past his prime and should have retired. Holmes dominated the fight, leading to Ali's 10th professional loss.
And the people around the world, Larry, want to hear from you. You just beat your idol. You retain your title, no question, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Well, I did what I have to do. I want to say, first of all, Mom, I love you. And thank Reverend Jacobs for praying for me.
Sparking debate about the decision to let him continue fighting.
No man on this earth will whoop me this year. It's impossible.
Man, you crazy.
I'm so fast, I hit you before God get the news.
Number 4 is the 1993 fight between Riddick Bowe and Andrew Golota. The fight was halted in the 7th round after Golota was disqualified for repeatedly hitting Bowe below the belt. The decision led to a riot in the audience and a black eye for the sport.
Flat on his back has won the fight. Andrew Golota is disqualified. Now there's a brawl going on in the ring. Somebody's trying to attack Golota. Goodness me. We have all sorts going on about that. There was some idiot there trying to attack Golota.
Number 3 is the 1997 fight between Lennox Lewis and Oliver McCall. In the 2nd round, McCall suddenly stopped fighting, refusing to engage with Lewis and resulting in his disqualification. McCall later claimed to have suffered a nervous breakdown, but the bizarre incident left fans and analysts confused.
Well, I've seen some strange things in boxing. That is surely one of the strangest.
with a whimper, not a bang.
Number 2 is the 1997 fight between Jimmy Young and Muhammad Ali. Young was a huge underdog, but managed to outbox Ali for most of the fight, leading to a controversial decision in Ali's favor.
Were you worried that you had lost the decision?
No, I know I won the decision, but I knew it'd be close.
The decision led to accusations of corruption and still sparks debate among fans and analysts to this day. And number 1 on the list is the 2002 fight between Diego Corrales and Joel Casimir. Corrales was ahead on the scorecards but was knocked down twice in the 10th round, leading to a disqualification and sparking accusations of poor sportsmanship. And there you have it, everybody, the top 10 most controversial moments in boxing history. But the controversy doesn't end here, as many of these moments are still being debated to this day. And that's why we want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments below which of these moments you found most controversial, and if there's any moment that maybe we missed. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications if you're not already with us so you never miss a video. We want to thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.